Tell you what, thank God all of you guys that are bringing in your teams here to analyze are actually doing really well. This is probably one of the lower ones, and that's 4,000 out of 100,000 is pretty cool. So thank you everyone for sending me in your teams this week. I have 13 to go through. I hope you all checked out that Q&A video. There's actually plenty of information, I personally think, to be able to help you heading into round 17. And I hope you like the rig being out, but the jumper's back. It was getting a bit cold. So 6 trades remain. Obviously, you can use 4 this week. Questions here are plentiful. We got Ezra Mam as a question. What do we do with him after this week? I think we're just going to base it off how he performs this week and go from there. He obviously has a little bit more cash to make if he can get another couple of 45s, 50s, which he has been scoring. So he's got a really good average. Let's base it off how he goes this week. If he gets another 20 or 30, then you can probably move him on. But if he gets another 40 odd, I think you can hold him for a week or two. Use him as someone you can build to your final team. People are going to trade out. King, Savage, Karaz, all solid ones. I think you can move on this week. But just think about Xavier Savage as someone who now has a position for the rest of the year, with CNK moving to the Warriors effective immediately. And King, I think, has peaked in price, probably just under keeper status. The 632k is lovely price to move on, or you could wait a week or two. Karaz, he is pretty close to, I think, his peak price. He might get to a 550, but 492 is a good one you can cash down to. What place should I look at trading soon? They're the 3 guys I'd be looking at. Kohler, obviously, in a bunch of weeks. Could be a decent one as well. Edric Lee, I'd ride that for a bunch more weeks. Could pick up for that one, but he'll be someone to trade out eventually as well. You got Cam Murray, which is great. Reedy, we're worried about him a little bit, but I think you need to try and get someone like a Damien Cook would be ideal. Halves look great. Wing fullbacks look great. Centers are awesome too. So you're in a good position. I'd be holding Elliott at the moment with how good he's been going as well. Trade-ins, you got Pap. So that's Ryan Pap. We got Offengawe. We got Clemmer. I think those guys are all great. I'd probably go in that order in terms of people to bring in. People are cheaper like Moses, Collar, Brown, or even Brandon Smith, who would you like to target for my side? I think the top 3 are great. Best cash out options I just spoke about in that previous one, and we're going to jump in and talk about it with Scoop as well. But based on price, I think 220 is the best one you can go for with a couple of those guys, and then the 240s, 250s kind of guys I would be going for rather than going for a Tass or a Fa'amanu Brown, these types of guys. What do you think I should do for my round 17 look to do moving forward? Potentially bringing in one or two of those guns, the Pap Offengawe, and then going 1 cash out could be solid. You have 6 trades though, so maybe it's just a 1 upgrade, 1 downgrade if you can do that with a Karaz and a King, potentially to a Pap or Offengawe, and then getting in one of the cheap 220 guys, because you do currently have Volkman as a cheapie who will go up a bit. You have room for 1 or 2 cash out, so completely up to you if you want to do 2 more this week and spend up a bunch of your trades and get the Paps and Offengawes, or wait a week and get some of the guns that are coming back from Origin, for example. Thoughts here, you got King to offer, Pap or Clem, Savage to a cash out, Karaz to Cheese. Yeah, just my worry, man, is just with your amount of trades left, is that you're going to bring in mid-range guys like Cheese and make a bunch of real, these trades. So I think just go with what I said there, cash outs and then up to the guns, or wait a week. Do okay this week, get your 8 or so players, and then dominate from there on in. I'm not sure what to do. There's a lot of cheaper guys around the team. Any help would be appreciated. Yeah, so I think you're doing pretty well, man. Like, most of them are around that 400 plus. So, a lot of teams have 2 cash outs at the moment. And you've got Volk, who's actually making some money. So 2 cash outs this week extra would be sweet, I think. All right, number 2 here. Again, one of those teams at 560th overall rank. 7 trades remaining. What's the question? Hey up, Jamie. Not much based on the question side of the thing, but I'm assuming the question's in the actual. Oh, there we go, on the side. Whoops, sorry, lost that. After a bit of advice from my team, running low on trades as everyone is, but feeling like my team's coming together nicely. Happy with 10 to 11 players for this week, yeah, for sure. So you currently got 3 on the bench there. You've got 4, 5, 6. You're gonna have to make a bunch this week to do that. Looking to move on this week from Haas and Karaz and possibly Jackson, Kohler, Savage. All those 3 guys I think are holds, man. Jackson's doing fine. Looking to bring in Madison plus Hosking or Palacia. I think that's fine, man. Great trades. I think the 2 is good this week. Leaves you with 5. You can really upgrade from then on. Karaz to Hosking, Haas to Clemmer, Kohler to Madison, Savage to Palacia. I think Savage is a hold, man. Kohler, I think you can hold as well, and probably just bring in just the Hosking and Madison. Yeah, I get that you won't have a superstar team with only 8 this week. You can push it if you like to, but I think Kohler has a little bit more cash to make. Same with Savage. You can get Savage to a 500, 550 over the next bunch of weeks, 18, 19, potentially move him on there. Playing next round 80 of top spot in my UK league. Yes, if you really want to push this week, I understand why you would, considering you're in a good rank. They're the two options. Play with 8 this week, just make the 2 trades, or play with 10 and potentially trade out a couple of guys that can make a bit more cash. Up to you how you want to play that one. Considering you have Volkman already, Tass and Pakes, if you bring in another cash out, there's 4. That's another 2 cash outs, for example, that would be 5. So pretty scary if you were to do that, but team's looking good. All right, overall rank 165 here for LDS FC, which is awesome. 11 trades. This will be a fun one for those that do have this amount of players available to trade and then also play this week. Okay, round 17, possible trade outs. Karaz, King, Savage, solid. Targets, Madison, Pap, Clem, Offengawi, Tuolangi, Tass, Pole, Palacia, long-term trade outs, Havili, Mam, Kola, RFM. This is a great way to look at your team, guys. This is so you can plan 2, 3, 4 rounds ahead, and you're really going to dominate this league year on, year out. And you can see why this player has done that. So well done. Long-term trade-ins, Cook Murray. Yeah, I agree with that 100%. Is Hines the best captaincy option? Clearly, yes. Trades history, rank history. You can see here's a really cool one to see. Started 749, so had a really good round 1, and then has pretty much been, definitely been under 400 in the rankings ever since then. So congratulations. Had a similar run to our People Squad, just falling back a little bit. People Squad's going a little bit worse now than when we were, but yeah, pretty cool. Obviously can't see the trade history properly, but has done obviously a great job. Thanks for jinxing Papali and Burton. Yeah, definitely. Sorry, bro. Elliott's definitely turned into a keeper. I'm worried about the minutes, though, if he's going to play off the bench. Big question, what is the ideal number of players to have for 17? So you currently don't have a heap, do you? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I think if you can get to 9 or 10, I think you'll be in a good position, man. Really, really happy with how your squad's going. Parabeast, we talk about a bit. So general thoughts this week. Campbell Graham's a tough one. Haas, Campbell Graham, Karaz, and Savage or Russell. I think you can go 3 trades, man. Haas, Graham, and Karaz. You got a bit in the bank, which is ideal. And how many people playing? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yes, if you can make 2 or 3 trades, I think it's fine. For this one, Graham's obviously going to be a trade out. And possible trade-ins, Pap. Yeah, all the standards. Latrell was interesting on the cheese. Best captaincy, I think, just go with Hines. After I trade Campbell Graham out, I won't have cover in the centres. I want to get Burton or Manu, but they don't play 17. So just wait with them. Don't worry about cover this week. Just get them next week. Who are the other possible trade-outs for my team? No, what you did is good, man. If you want to make 2 trades, I think you could. Downgrade one, upgrade the other. You only have Russell as a real cheap guy, so you've got enough room for another cash out or 2, which I'll speak about in that next video. And then pick up one of the guns, whether it be offer. If you want some fullback cover, then that would be cool too. Up to you on that one. Some center cover next week. Manu and Burton, all solid ones, man. I think you're going to be fine. Just I think you should make 2 or 3. You've got 10 trades in the bank. Make 2 or 3 this week, and then try and get Burton or Manu next week as your target, and then guys like Cook, etc. would be the way to go. All right, Black Pasta sitting in overall 80. We've been speaking about this one on a regular basis at the moment, which is cool. Hey, Jamie, look at making a few trades this week, 3 or 4. Yeah, when you got 10 remaining, great idea. Think of trading Schiller and Karaz to Palacia, another cash out. I feel like the Schiller one's a bit silly, man. You've already got Chris Lewis, which is great. Schiller at 220. I think you've got room for 1 more cash out. If you can do that, I think would be a good idea. Trade out options, obviously Karaz, Kola. What do you got? Carrigan, Harris there, Damien Cook, which is lovely. Yeah, there's not too many other trade outs, to be honest. 3 cash outs is fine, but you already have Lewis and Schiller. I feel like trading sideways just to get that extra player this game. Look, I get you can do it with the 10 trades remaining. I just don't think it's a great idea. We can really, over the last 5 rounds, as soon as there's an injury, trade them out. As soon as there's an injury, trade them out. Suspension, trade them out. As soon as you want an upgrade, if someone's starting to go bad and someone goes good, trade them out and trade that guy in. Definitely plenty of good options that way. I think, personally, there's guys that are on the fringe of trading out in this team, for example, that you could use as someone to move out this week and potentially move them back in if you need them another time. Someone like Taylor May is like a borderline hold, but he could be moved on, for example. Guys like Jackson this week, if you really want to push for an extra score, you can get a 50 or 60 out of those types of guys. Rather than going like a Schiller to an average player, you can go Jackson up to a Madison who's going to score you 5 to 10 extra a week and you get the round 17 score. Does that make sense? Max King can go up. There's a few guys like that I think are borderline holds, borderline keepers that you could move on for example. And we should be enough around 17. Yeah, anywhere around the 10 mark is cool. Any recommendations? That's how I'd play that one. Black Pasta, obviously in a great position though. Well done. Renegade Bust, 245 overall ranked. 5 trades remain after this week. So use 3. Karaz, Peoples, King out. Pap, Palacia, Cartwright in. So this one here is an ideal. So Peoples is annoying. The 320k or whatever he's not playing. Ugh, yuck. Karaz, Peoples, King. All 3 are trade outs. Pap, Palacia, and Cartwright. So you get a gun and you get 2 cash outs. Awesome. Great selection this week. You leave yourself with 5 remaining and you have 4, 6, 8, 10. Beautiful. Good amount. Who's not in my final 17? McInnes, Barnett, Reedy, Tungle, Mayhem, Hughes or Garrick for 18th man. Yeah, for sure. Around 18, 19, 20 targets. Cook, Grant, DCE, Aitken, Carrigan, and Yo. Awesome. Love that. Final side makeup. Position coverage is poor. So Cook, SST, Lolo, Matto. Yeah, it looks sick, man. Happy with that. Well done, Renegade Bus. He had an awesome season, man. 290k in the bank after this to use on upgrades next week. Woohoo! Absolutely killing it. All right, let's move on a little bit faster now. We got Sinbin for Victor, just under 7,000 overall rank. Used 2 trades this week. Haas to Madison, Max King to Pap. Yeah, I love that as a starter. McInnes situation, let's just hold off and see what happens with him. Why did you have to curse IPAP? I'm so sorry. Hopefully he gets better than where he's at now. What players are sells in round 18? 18. Josh King. Potentially Ramsey. Potentially Ezra Mam. Drinky's a keeper. You got Metcalf down there. Holden Kennedy. Guys like Taylor May, Kohler. Ilias definitely needs to go. A few options there. What should I do moving forward? Just, look to push on from moving on from guys like Ilias. Downgrade him to a cash out. You've got, King needs to go as he's going to start to lose a bit of cash now. So those 2 are the real keys to start off with. But you've only got room for 1 more cash out, I think. So just be aware of that for this team. Revillo's Raptors, 1472 overall rank, 9 trades this week remaining, and 147 in the bank. So things you're doing Karaz to Hosking and Savage to Pap. Pretty cool, man. I think that's solid. Just be aware that Savage is obviously going to be the fullback for the rest of the year. But that's really the only option, I'd say, at the moment, unless you're going Kohler for him. That would be the way. Could cash out one of May or Kohler, then upgrade King. Yeah, exactly what you said. But just using trades for the sake of it. Yeah. 2 could be fine. You can go nuts in the next couple of weeks to bring in your final team, for example, if that helps. Storm Cyclone, 6385 overall rank, 5 trades remain, 185 salary. Appreciate the feedback from last week when I sent the team in for the first time. Amazing. I'm glad you loved it. Stormy, trades this week, Karaz to Pap, Savage to Pole, cash out number 2. Yeah, sweet as. Good listening. You're doing really well. Well done on keeping Tungo. A low one from Tino was annoying. Tino, King, and Elliott look like keepers. Yeah, definitely. King's like borderline. So, however you want to play that. Or wait this week and move Garner. I'll move Garner after this week. Good idea. Any other suggestions you would recommend would be appreciated. Okay, what do we got? So, you got a few like fringe guys. You got May, you got Tungo, you got Kohler, you have Mam, Garner. Barnett's like a bit of money to make. Hopefully he improves. So, they're the kind of guys that are borderline and I'd be looking to trade over the next few weeks. Get 1 more cash out and then upgrade from there. But awesome work. Doing really well. 1879 for this team. The 2 of us are Shreks. Plans to bank some cash and upgrade to a gun next week. So making 1 to 2 trades as a plan. Yeah, awesome. I think just going for cash outs this week is solid. If you want to get the Murrays, the Cooks, these types of players, Clearys if you don't have them. Trades like I'm sitting. Karaz to Palacia or another cash out. Maxi King to Papi or Latrell. Sweet. Sitting with 9 round, 17 players. Awesome. Hold Maxi. You can if you like. McInnes to sell in the next few weeks, considering he's now bench. Maybe. Let's hope not. Do a hold faith in Dillbags post 17. Let's see how he goes this week. And hopefully he gets like an 80. Should Penasini be moved on after round 17? It's his first real low score in a long time. So let's see what happens. If the Eels start playing better, he's going to be fine. He usually scores okay, even when the Eels don't play great. But yeah, is what it is with that one. Let's just wait and see. All right, we got Free Julian. Love the videos. Keep it going. Thanks, Jules. What do you think of Gary Payton 2 leaving the Warriors? I like him a lot, but I understand why he had to go, and I'm really proud for him to be able to pick up a close to $30 million contract over 3 years. So for someone that was in G League and not in the league for the first 5-6 years of his career, to make more in one contract after one good year than what all of the let's just put DCE and maybe Munster, put them together, they might not make that in their whole careers. So pretty cool how that works over in the NBA, but they deserve it. Only 11k in the bank with 6 trades. Okay, seems like I will have 7 if Hines and David, yeah, they're both going to play. Who in my squad should I be looking to trade out this week? You have 3 cash outs already, which I think is enough this week. Mays, Kings, those guys could be, but you're going to have to like try and straight swap them because I don't want you to get another cash out because you'll have 4 of them, which is annoying. King, Karaz, Colas, they have made cash but don't know who to trade in. With the amount of trades you have left, I think only 1 or 2 would be ideal, and maybe just straight swapping them rather than downgrading, upgrading. Best captain option, Hines this week. Whoop. Oh, we do have 2 left. Awesome. All right, this one here, Nathan. Forwards are people too. Too good. 20,000 overall, 12 trades. All right, it's trying to trade heavy. Why is Starling not out of your team already? Don't need to get there and to see any tips on who I should trade and who I should target. Okay, in terms of cash outs, you have 2. So you have enough room for maybe 1. You do have Thompson, Martin. Okay, I'd cash down. Is Martin playing this week? That's a great question. No, he's not, is he? Is he? Oh, no. If they're both playing, hold on to him, but they need to go after this week. You have a lot of cheapies, unfortunately, which is a slight issue. That's for sure. The rest of the guys, you could probably look to hold a little bit. Maxi King, I'd try and straight swap. You have the 54k. We can go upgrade. Tamalolo, potentially a hold as well. Karaz, you could trade this week. But again, options are slim when you have a team like this that has a bunch of lower guys. Because you're wanting... Okay, actually, let's go for a different little tact with this one. So, we have multiple cheaper guys. Ilias we're going to want to trade out. Who's someone that's a little bit reliable at a cheaper price? So you could go Karaz to like an RFM, which would be interesting. So Raymond Fatali Mariner. He doesn't play this week, but you're probably going to have to go some middle score, price guys, cheaper guys, like an Isaiah Tass, potentially like a Falmanu Brown. Could be an interesting one. This is the only team when they've got 12 trades remaining and a squad that's filled with a lot of cheaper guys. We're going to need actually play a couple of these cheaper guys. So we're going to need someone that's going to average close to 35, 40 over the next bunch of weeks. And Farmanu Brown and these types of guys could do that for you. So I think that's probably the way to go in this squad. Whether it be Karaz to one of those guys, upgrade Maxi King, and then move on from like Leo Thompson and probably Leo Thompson next week, for example. That would probably be the way I play this one, man. I hope that one helps. All right, last one. Wanted to get into this one considering it's a tough photo. If you're trying to do the screen shot on the computer, that would be awesome for next time. But I wanted to get you in there because you're sitting, you've put the effort in and ranked at 401. So well done. Tigers I go. And you go for Tigers, so, you know. Any ideas on what I should do with Haas and Reed? Haas you can trade, Reed you hold. Should look to get DCE for a gun half or put Hines at half and get someone cheaper like Pappy or Latrell. DCE is a great option, obviously. I think Pap or Latrell also good. You do have Hughesy there and you've got Hines as cover. You've got Ezra Mam as cover. So there's a few options there. I think either way would be fine. If you don't have enough money, then go for the cheaper guys. If not, get DCE next week. Or the week after. Do I need to upgrade Lolo, King, Jackson, and McInnes? No, I think maybe King just and or Lolo because they don't play this week. Jackson's averaging over 50. I think you're going to be fine with that. But guys, I appreciate all of your efforts putting these together, sending them in to me. I hope that helped a lot and answered heaps of your questions. Subscribe, like, all the fun stuff. I really appreciate all of you being here. And sorry that I'm wearing a jumper.